Hi everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to my channel, Eclipse Astrology and Tarot, and I'm here with your weekly reading for the energies of October 10th. And we have a lot to talk about today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the astrology first, and then I'll go through the cards and we'll see how the cards and the astrology match up perfectly. So the big event this week is a new moon, which is when the sun and the moon are conjunct or on top of each other in the sign of Libra. And new moons are about new beginnings. And the new moon is also conjunct the asteroid Valentine, which is true love, or I like to think of Valentine as unconditional love. And of course, they're in the sign of Libra, which is partnerships. But in opposition to the new moon, we have Uranus conjunct the asteroid Karma. So you're going to have sudden insight, a sudden realization, a sudden awakening to some kind of karmic pattern that you have been doing over and over and over again, and suddenly you're able to break free of whatever this pattern is. Karma, I don't see karma as being, punishment for something bad that you did in a past life. I see karma as simply repeating cycles. We as humans and our soul just tends to repeat the same thing over and over again until we're able to confront it, and then we're able to break free. And the new moon is on the 12th or the 13th, depending on where you live in the world. We also have Mercury conjunct the North Node, conjunct asteroid Logos, and sextile Saturn, which I've been talking about that aspect for the last couple weeks. This is about, creating a new level of Christ consciousness, new ideas about going forward, new ways to communicate, and what is your purpose for your life? What is the purpose of you being here? We have all these planets in Aries and Libra right now, and that is the self, which is Aries, versus Libra, which is the other. And we're trying to find a balance here between the two of them. So you might get a sudden revelation about the inequality that you have in your relationships and how going forward you're going to create more equality. We also have Vesta conjunct the South Node in Aries, and that is releasing something that you were previously devoted to. So again, this makes me think about a serious relationship that you were devoted to, but maybe now you see the imbalances and the inequality, and you're ready to release it for a new beginning. We also have Venus opposing Neptune, and both of them are squaring Saturn. So we have basically what's called a T-square, two planets in opposition, and then both of them squaring a third planet. So Venus-Neptune is about pure, true love, unconditional love. So again, we got the unconditional love coming up. But with Neptune, it's kind of a fantasy. People that have Neptune, Venus in their chart prefer to live in a fantasy sometimes than face the reality of the situation. And things can be unclear in relationships. Well, this week with Saturn coming in to square them, we're going to be getting a big dose of reality. So we're going to be able to see what is the truth in the relationship. And we're going to be able to ground the energies. If we were seeing people in some kind of fantasy light, we weren't seeing people how they really are, we were seeing them as we wanted to see them, that's going to be brought to your attention this week. We also have Mars conjunct Jupiter in Virgo, trining Pluto in Capricorn. So Mars conjunct Jupiter is drive, courage, going after our desires, and they're trining Pluto. So we have the courage and the drive now to increase our personal power. And this energy right now is really about having us step into our power. And we have the perseverance right now to be able to transform ourselves. And this transformation, I think, has a lot to do with our purpose in life. We have Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, which is our status in the world, trining Jupiter and Mars in Virgo, which is our everyday workings. And it also has to do with healing. And so stepping into our power, healing, transmuting, transforming into the person that we came here to be, and living the purpose that we came here to do. So I just want to go over a couple Sabians real quick, because the key words in the Sabians are going to come up again in the cards. And the first one is for the new moon, and it's Libra 20, and it's a Jewish rabbi in a tiny room full of manuscripts and books performing a duty. So the key words I want you to think about around the new moon are ancient sources of truth and understanding, faith and abiding laws, inherited wisdom, rituals, initiation ceremonies, doing deeds on behalf of the community, duty, advocates, and hidden knowledge. And again, this is from the book 360 Degrees of Wisdom by Linda Hill. Now Uranus is on the Sabian in Aries. That is, a magic carpet hovers over the depressing reality of everyday life in an industrial area. So we're talking about the ascension energies. We see clearly the 3D, the industrial area, versus 5D, the magic carpet hovering over the depressing reality. So when we focus on staying positive, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me talk about the keywords and I'll get back to that thought. So the keywords are meditation, transcendence, elevated views and perspective, rising above problems, astral travel, levitation, fantasy, transcending worries, escaping the depressing realities of the everyday world. And the last one I want to say is, Libra 2, which is where Mercury, the North Node, and Logos are located. And that is the light of the sixth race transmuted to the seventh. So again, this is about ascension energies. So all these planets are letting us know that the energy right now is still focusing on the ascension and the energies that were ushered in with the blood moon eclipse, also in the Aries and Libra axis last month. So this signs, the Sabian's keywords are new beginnings, ascension, fruits of the new age, kindred spirits, sharing visions, gurus and avatars, evolution, evolving, transmutations. So you see how the energies right now are focusing on us becoming the best version of us that we can be. We're transmuting, we're transcending, we're tapping into ancient wisdom. So let's get to the cards. The first one up is the overall energy. Change your focus. So the process of transmutation and transforming often involves some kind of uncomfortable effect on us, meaning we have to face things that we have been avoiding in order to be able to understand the pattern and release it. So when this happens this week, don't let yourself get negative. Don't start blaming yourself and feeling guilty. Okay, guilt and shame are the lowest vibration that there is. Turn it around and focus on the positive. Thank Spirit, thank God for showing you the pattern. Let them know how grateful you are to be able to see it so that you can change it. If something comes up around relationships, which it likely will, take the focus off the other person and how the other person is horrible and how they've wronged you and you can't believe how mean they're being to you and how can they destroy your life this way, and focus that back on to you. What pattern is inherent in you that is allowing that scenario to happen? What is causing the imbalance in your relationships? What fear or underlying pattern do you keep letting have control of you? This is about not letting your ego get the best of you. This is about transcending your ego so that you can work towards your purpose. This is also about manifesting positive. Remember, we're in a window of very fast manifestation. So do you want to manifest more negative or do you want to manifest more positive? You have to keep your thoughts positive in order to manifest positive. And when that pattern is shown to you, do you want to manifest more of it? Or are you going to gratefully release it and bring your attention to what you do want? Remember, we release what we don't want, and then we ask for what we do want. The second card is Hidden Influences. Confront. So this is about those patterns coming up again. I mean, these cards cannot go better with the astrology that is occurring this week. So the pattern comes up, and it's for you to confront it and see it for what it is so that you can release it. This is about you transforming. You know, take that Jupiter Mars. Find your courage to face yourself. Because in facing yourself, you're going to transform yourself. You're going to be amazed when you start feeling the power that you are capable of once you let all this old programming go. Again, I'm feeling fear out there about making the personal changes. But you have to believe that this is for your greatest good. Trust me. You're going to wonder how you ever were that old person. This also has to do with that Venus, Neptune, Saturn square. So for some of you, you're going to be confronting something about another person that you weren't aware of. What I'm getting is that the other person was not being truthful with you, that they were hiding something. And that is suddenly made clear to you. And so you need to confront it, and you need to confront them. Stand in your power. But again, remember, we're not going to just blame the other person. We're going to look at our part of it too. So if they were hiding something from you, you know, what were you doing that you didn't see it coming? It's not exactly what I want to say, but I'm struggling today with my words because there's just so much to talk about, and there's so much going on in my mind right now. Advice from Spirit. Embrace. So this card in the traditional tarot is the World card. And just so you know, this deck I'm using is called Psychic Tarot, The Heart by John Holland. And we had this card 2 weeks ago on the blood moon eclipse, I believe. Also advice from Spirit. And that deck I was using was just the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. And that card was Universe. And this is about starting a new cycle. So Spirit wants you to know that the struggle is worth it. Okay, this is a new cycle, a new beginning for us. We just have to integrate the energies. And so there's a bit of growing pains happening right now. But it's all going to be worth it. Spirit's proud of us. We've done the journey. We're at the end of our journey, and the rewards will be coming. Just hang in there. Okay, this is a pat on the back for us, for all our hard work. And this deck in particular is about relationships. And I just want to read you what the book says about this card. When it comes to love, the universe is smiling upon you at this time. Energies are moving and shifting, coming together to give you exactly what you need and want. Your efforts to clarify your heart's desires, to be present in current relationships, and to actively manifest new relationships are now bearing fruit. In this moment, you are in a position to achieve all you have dreamed of regarding matters of the heart. Your dreams are ready to manifest. So how beautiful is that? I also drew a goddess card for the new moon. Dana, High Priestess. And I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that slightly wrong, but I'm going to just go with it. And Dana's message is, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. So that goes back to the Sabian symbol. Remember the Sabian of the new moon, about a rabbi surrounded by books and manuscripts performing his duty. You have divine knowledge. You have it inside of you. You just have to access it. And let me tell you, these new energies are ramping up our psychic abilities. I know I am feeling it a lot myself. If you are, let me know. I'd be interested. And you're helping others through spiritual teaching. So, again, we're going back to, what is your purpose here? Start thinking about what your purpose is and what your mission might be here. If you think your purpose is to go to a job that you hate for 10 hours a day so that you can pay bills on a bunch of things that you don't really need, that might be some issues that you need to confront about yourselves. Because that's certainly not why God put you here on this earth. This card also has to do with manifesting. Manifesting everything we want. Dana is there to help us create that life that we see for ourselves. Dana also wants us to remember that we are all kings and queens and all gods and goddesses, and that we all have the power within us. And Dana has to do with alchemy. And through transmutation and purification, we transform ourselves into that king or queen that we know we are inside of ourselves. Again, some of the same key words came up. Transmutation and transformation from the Sabians. Very powerful energies this coming week. So, enjoy your new beginnings. Stay balanced. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. Remember that I love you, and I will talk to you soon.